So Wack 100 is all over my timeline. Not just Wack, the whole Big U, Rico, Suave saga has been. I don't know how it got back on my timeline like this, cause I've been searching and looking up other things and all that. Maybe because I'm back on the other side right now. Um, the old, the TV, the YouTube and the TV on this side just, kind of has its own algorithm. You know what I mean? I don't know. But what I've been seeing a lot of is a lot of admission of cap. I'm not here to hate on any of that. I'm just here to point it out, right? Like I saw a video on YouTube, right? You know how you watch a video, right? You see a video, you're like, I'm gonna watch this later, but you don't save it to watch later or nothing. You're doing something now or whatever, and you plan to get back to it, and you lose it. Long short, you lose the video, right? But I went back looking for it by name, and the title that I saw was something. It was a Vlad TV video, and it had something along. It was titled something along the lines of Wack 100 knew that Luce Cannon was lying about that Big U phone call. Wack 100 knew Luce Cannon was lying about that Big U phone call. I went back looking for this video. I've been looking and looking and looking. I've been looking hard. But I could not find it. I don't know. Maybe they retitled it, because I retitled some of my videos or whatever. I don't know. But in my search for that video again, I saw other videos that kind of fit what narrative or what idea I was formulating in my head. It's like it's like they trying to clean up. It's something, and salute to them, but it's something that rappers went through this already. Like rappers been going through this for a long time, actually. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been aware of it and always careful of it. Like, I have no shame in pointing out the fact that when I got in serious trouble, the most serious trouble I ever got in with the law, you know what I mean? They was willing, like if I would have took the stand, they were willing to, like they had all three of Helter Skelter's albums typed up, right? And and they were going to use them to question me on my lyrics. And I wasn't worried about those lyrics, right? Not at all, right? I wasn't, because the formula for Helter Skelter is just don't be the corny one on the song. That's how we made every song. That was our whole formula. Don't be the corny nigga on the song. And the other nigga is a beast, so you had to go hard. I said all kind of outlandish shit I didn't mean, just because because my partner was really retarded. Excuse me for using that term. I know y'all don't like, but my partner was bugged out. You understand what I'm saying? And we both hardcore rappers. He's a bugged out nigga saying some hardcore shit is different. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to aim high. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really worried about that. You know what I'm saying? All of the Helter Skelter lyrics was really just rap. You know what I'm saying? It was truth as far as personalities to a certain degree, but I hope you ain't about to take none of these lyrics literal, right? But the music that I did solo, my solo music is different. You know what I mean? Because I don't have that spirit of competition right there. I just could do whatever, you know what I'm saying? I could make songs like Rumble for Me or the Fraternity and shit. Songs where I'm not aggressive, I'm more in my feelings, so to speak, right? But anyway, around that era, I had music that was kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to take that it was songs I had to take off of the Shell Shock mixtape, because it was like, yo, this don't even have nothing to do with the case, but it just sound wrong with a case like this going on. We gotta take that song off. took a line out of a song. Shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it seems like Wack is going through right now. You know, so while I was looking for the video that I couldn't find where he said he knew that Luce Cannon was lying about that Big U phone call. The phone call where he said Big U called his phone and told him that Nipsey got clipped, right? And he hung up the phone from him, called Nipsey. Nipsey picks up the phone, right? And he speaks to him, but he don't tell him about what Big U just now told him, right? He said he didn't tell him because their relationship, the relationship between Nipsey and Big U was so weird. It was hot and cold. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I kind of got the impression that he was saying he just wanted to leave that alone. He didn't want to piss Nip off, agitate him or nothing like that, whatever. He was just hating, right? I'm paraphrasing right now, right? But he said then he hung up the phone with Nip. He was like, I should have. He said I feel a little way because if I would have told him, I could have probably stopped it, right? That goes back to what I said before. I said this twice to y'all. Even Luce Cannon, who don't act like a decent human being, some acts like savagery is his preferred auto settings, default settings. So even he, when something bad happens to somebody that you give any rucks about, you start to think of what you could have done different. Like, damn, if I would have just picked him up earlier, if I would have just told him not to, or if I would have just told him to, that's how decent people think. If I wouldn't have asked him that incriminating ass question on camera. That's what decent people think. I'm just saying. But then you had, Wack was right there going like, what you talk about? What you talk about? You could have said. But anyway, long story short, that was a rant. My bad. Wack said he knew that Luce was lying then. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But now he's saying he knew he was lying. Now I just watched the episode where he's talking about all kind of stuff. I think it's the same interview with Vlad, I believe, where he's talking about all kind of stuff that he knew that Luce Cannon was lying about. But at the same time, respectfully, Wack, if I'm not mistaken, Wack lied and said Adam got locked up. I mean, maybe he didn't lie. Maybe Adam lied when he said he didn't. But he sat there just now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he sat there as he was telling Vlad, his Luce Cannon analysis. He like, yo, he don't do what I do, what you do, talking about Wack, meaning himself, Vlad, I believe he said Adam too, and a couple of other people. But if you said Adam, then you insinuating that Adam keep it 100 too, right? Well, one of y'all lied about him getting locked up. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, respectfully, right? But he's saying that Luce ain't like that. Luce will say anything to get to generate to stimulate the algorithm, if applicable. He'll say anything though. But so he's saying that the Meek Mill situation, he's saying that was all cap. You know what I mean? And I will admit that the numbers don't sound right on it. Like if you got Meek Mill's 50,000 is small change. You know what I mean? Like if you, it don't kind of. But hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he even said that the whole Diddy, Carl Winslow rumor started with Luce Cannon. Said it was an interview. Interview got to a certain point. It must have got to a low point or whatever. And Luce Cannon just said, "Ha, and just and just backed out that gun and freestyled that. Well, this is what Wack is saying. He's saying that whole rumor, and that rumor made it to Dave Chappelle's stand-up routine. What was it, for the Saturday Night Live or whatever? Which was hilarious, might I add. It's like that went to TMZ. They called Carl Winslow. I don't know the homie real name or whatever. But yeah, like this, Wack is saying that rumor started with Luce Cannon. It's wild because, like, I heard some dudes on the phone with Wack arguing, and they was talking about, he was kind of trying to hold Wack accountable for Luce Cannon's behavior, and Wack was arguing with all, with every bit of with everything in him, but a lot of what he was saying was like, yo, I can't control I can't tell. I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm not telling nobody what not to do. Blah 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 blah. You ain't tell him not to lie. You ain't tell him why you. I'm just curious, right? Why are you telling? I mean, now you have to tell everybody. Not that you have to, but for whatever reason, now you're telling everybody that all of that was cap, and all of that. I mean, like some of that, like as far as the fight, the fights and stuff that he was there for. We ain't talk about that. I mean, so all of those stories that was going on, all of those stories that some of them made it in the indictment and all of that. It seems like now you kind of playing cleanup. You understand what I'm saying? Why you ain't tell us he was lying then? I'm just, just curious. Like it feel. I'm saying the fact that you didn't tell us he was lying then feels like you playing cleanup. And he actually asked Vlad if Vlad was under any kind of pressure or whatever to not speak badly about Big U. I made a blog a few weeks ago. It seemed like Wack was trying to throw Clorox on Big U. Windex, clean him up a little bit. It did. Now with this Luce business, it's not as it's a different type of cleanup. You know what I'm saying? It's like he trying to clean him up by calling him a liar. When it was you, he was just like, nah, all I really seen him do was this. The money actually did go to this. It was a different type of cleanup, but yet it still felt like cleanup. Just in case. Pause protesters, get your ass out of here. Rest of y'all, welcome to the nation. Monster Nation, that is. I'm your host, tour guide, landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm off the damn floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules. The rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all the notifications. I'm trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation. Then leave me a super thanks or a cash app. You know what I'm saying? We actually prefer the cash app, but y'all do y'all. Don't listen, it's cool. The Cash App tag will be in the description along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than hear me yap. You understand? Don't complain about you saw the title before you clicked on it. Don't come in here and talk about you want to hear raps. Just click the link. The Bandcamp link. I got a new mixtape out there. It's called Nonviolent Rocco. You understand what I'm saying? That's me, for real. I'm saying it's a collection of songs that I made that, that where nobody dies. Some old, some new. That nobody dies. Just for the people who complain about I have people who complain about my violent nature in my music. So this is for them. And that's where the Faye Band comes in. Oh, all right, you get it. But also big news. My sister Bernadette Price, she just dropped the album. You understand what I'm saying? It's called Widow's Cry. It's fire. It's fine. Let me see if I can let you know some of the features and all that on there. Let me do it some justice. Justice. We got Rusty Jukes on there. Of course, I'm on there. We got Smith and Wesson on there. Damn. Let's see. Let me see. Let me help it out. My bad. Sorry. Technology. So okay. Yeah, here we got Rusty Jukes, Smith and Wesson, your boy, more Rusty Jukes. Who else we got on here? Terra Van Poole, we got Sean Price. P. You know what I'm saying? The production game is serious with Vinny Idol, we got Beat Miners, Santana Fox, P.A. Dre, Neff Beats. Did I say Vinny Idol? Stu Bangers. We got some. She got some heat on there. Also go get the Smith and Wesson album too. Infinity. I know. Listen, I apologize, y'all. I'm supposed to be doing reviews for albums and all of that. And the truth is, they take lurk. They take work. They take a lot of work. They take lurk. Yeah. They take a lot of work, B. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta write notes and all of that, and you know, ADHD. Anyway, but I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna do an album review for Bernadette's too. I'm back on the other side, so I get it's a little bit more calm out here, a little bit more peace, a little bit more quiet. I'll be able to get those to you. I'm gonna do a review on the Smith and Wesson album. I'm gonna do a review on Bernadette album. I might. I'm gonna do the Smith and Wesson joint first. You know what I'm saying? I know that's my sister. I don't want to let her that level of nepotism push her to. Which one would y'all like to see first? Let me know. All right, but I'll run through them, and they should be a little bit easier now because I've been learning to edit a little bit better now, so that should make it a little bit easier. That should shorten the watch the time, the work time. So, you know. Also, nah, fuck that. If you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 peace signs. Rock on, rock on.